Welcome to the Midweek Wrap. It's our 42nd episode, would you believe, where every week we bring you the latest local news headlines, plus we share with you what Yarra Ranges Life TV's been up to. And it's a Chockers episode because we got a Chockers Labor Day long weekend coming up. I'm going to share that with you at the end of the episode. But now, as I always say, it's time for the latest local news headlines presented by former Channel 9 and Channel 10 journalist, Mr. Jim Brown.
Thanks, Pat. Welcome to the Midweek Wrap, brought to you this time from the Warburton Trail near the Baileys Road Bridge. 3 out of 5 of the local Mail newspaper's front page report the fear of an invasion of a Queensland fruit fly. A second confirmation of the presence of a particular species of fruit fly which could damage the Yarra Valley's multi-million-dollar fruit industry has made one grower wondering if enough is being done to tackle the problem. East Warburton resident Coral Reynolds is quoted as saying she was first alerted to the threat by a campaign run by Agribusiness Yarra Valley after the fruit fly was first discovered in the area. So she was alarmed when she found larvae in the lemons in her garden, which she quickly removed. But she fears the fruit fly is breeding in fruit trees on another nearby property where neither the absentee owner nor Agribusiness Yarra Valley has done anything. However, Agribusiness Regional Coordinator Bronwyn Cole, while confirming the infestation, says the fruit fly problem can be eliminated if everyone inspects their fruit trees and either boils or freezes the infected fruit to stop the insect's life cycle. There'll soon be a letter drop around East Warburton to warn residents of the threat, and this story has details of what to do and whom to contact if you suspect the fruit fly is present in your fruit trees. Mount Evelyn Mail's front page looks at the new Bungalup Creek Wildlife Shelter, which will offer intensive care to injured animals. Federal MP for Casey, Tony Smith, announced a $20,000 grant to help the not-for-profit organisation, which is run by dedicated volunteers. A new building will see Bungalup Creek Wildlife Shelter better cope with care and treatment for injured or orphaned wildlife, mostly marsupials. The Ferntree Gully and Belgrave Mail has the upcoming completion of the long-awaited Upwey Tacoma Sports Pavilion. With 2 unisex change rooms to promote female sport, a gym, canteen, multi-purpose rooms and of course a bar, the Sports Pavilion has been 9 years in the making. The $3.6 million project has been funded by the Bendigo Community Bank, the Yarra Ranges Council, the federal government and of course local community fundraising. Hailed as the beginning of a new era for sports and recreation in this area, the pavilion will be officially open on the 24th of March. I'm Jim Brown, thank you for watching the Midweek Wrap and stand by now for the weather.
Thanks, Jim, for reading the latest local news headlines for us. And of course, during the weather segment there, you heard the music of local muso Ben Kelly. You can find out more about his wonderful EP, 50,000 People, by following the links in our post below. But what have Yarra Ranges Life TV been up to in the last week? Well, we've reached a massive milestone. We've got over 3,000 page followers now on Facebook. So thank you very much, all of you guys out there, for liking us, for sharing our posts, for engaging with our posts, and of course for spreading the word of the wonderful work that we're doing. Also on Friday night, we shared the Mount Evelyn community meal with you guys out there. Of course, that was up in the beautiful township of Mount Evelyn, situated on the Warburton Trail, hosted by the Mount Evelyn Community House, where people come together and share a meal. And of course, they were raising money for the Cure Brain Cancer Foundation as well. On Saturday, we're at the York on Lilydale, and we shared with you the 4th Annual Australian Taxidermy Championships, and that was of course hosted by the Australian Association of Wildlife Artists. Some fascinating pieces that were on display there, and we shared with you some of the behind the scenes footage before the gates opened to the public. So be sure to scroll through the playlist and check that one out. Now it's the Labor Day long weekend coming up. What have we got planned? Well, it's a busy one. What better way to start off the long weekend with some live music? We'll be at Rackham Up in Lilydale on Friday from about 9 o'clock onwards as we stream to you the music of the Assassins, an indie rock band. It's going to be some thumping fun with some great loud live music, of course. On Saturday, we'll be at the Blue Lotus Water Gardens, sharing some of the wonderful sights and sounds to be seen and beheld down there with their flowering water lilies and so much more down there. And then on Sunday, we're off to the Benvenuti Festival that's being held at Kalara Estate Winery. We were there last year. We're going back again this year to share this multicultural event with you guys. Fun for the whole family. So if you can't make it on the day, be sure to tune in on Yarra Angels Live TV and find out what it's all about. But we're going to bring this one to a close, of course. Thanks, as always, to Jim Brown for reading the news for us. Thanks to Keaton Webb for helping us to produce some of our content, and our senior production assistant, Mitch Hatton. Thank you very much for all the wonderful work that you put in for Yarra Angels Life TV. As I always say, I'm Pat Boucher. We're living, we're loving, and we're sharing life in the Yarra Ranges and the Yarra Valley, of course, only on Yarra Angels Life TV. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week. Cheers.